Like Ohio State ain't gonna put a buck on that eye. We the guards. Yeah, just look around. Reverse that word and turn it into dog pound. Like, whew, don't get the pack upset. This Ohio homeboy, we coming back for your neck. We coming back for the crown. We coming back for the ring. We making comeback season a thing. This is Hazzeus Sports Talk, so make sure it's stuck on play. We about to do this the Ohio way. Yeah.
All right, hey, welcome to the show, Hazzeus Sports Talk. Now, first, I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine, a diehard Buckeye fan, bleeds scarlet and gray.
Yes.
Tone Loke, a.k.a. Goldie Gums. What's up with you, bro?
Another day, baby. Hey, I'm ready to talk some scarlet and gray, man. I'm my fan.
There we go. Thank you for supporting Hazzeus Sports Talk, man. I mean, anything I do, I mean, you've been a good brother. You always been down to support. So I appreciate it. You know, you one of the loyal Ohio boys, man. So, you know, you're kicking off the Big 10 this week. We got Wisconsin coming into town. We finally get rid of these cupcake games, and we about to play something real. So introduce yourself, you know, how long you been a Buckeye fan and how you became a Buckeye fan and all that.
Oh, man, I'm running deep. Like I said, talk some Buckeye football, man. Fan to run deep, brother. Big Bear Hearts free spring game tickets deep. You could go to them joints, get as many as you wanted to, and give them to you at the service desk, man. So I remember that was, you know, me and my pops used to go up there and get the tickets and go down every year, man. You could even get them there. I think at McDonald's was doing it for a little bit, but I used to go to Big Bear because I live within a mile of walking distance, you know, for one. So I was up there as soon as I seen it in there, I was on it, you know. So
man, that's what's up. Man, Big Bear, man. I ain't seen Big Bear. Matter of fact, when I used my first job, I used to work at Big Bear, man. Yeah.
Okay, I did too. Yeah, I did too. Bag groceries and get carts. That was what I did. You know, it was a thing when you got moved up to cashier, you know, yeah, all of that.
Get you some phone numbers from the cuties, the north side cuties. I know you was on the west side, but you know the north side.
West, baby. But yeah, I was up there, Sullivan Avenue, man. Sullivan Avenue, Big Bear. Sullivan Avenue, yes, sir.
Okay.
I worked there for a year and a half, and man, got fired because one of my friends came through and I scanned them some cigars and they wasn't old enough to get the cigars. So I did that to myself. I was a young and dumb 16-year-old Tony, man. But you know,
it always be your own people to get you in trouble, man.
It'd be the own people. And then they had the nerve, the audacity to laugh at me afterwards. You know, after I come back, you know, have a little shirt undone and come on, they laugh because you should have done it. You know, like. So I had a real early life lesson that, you know, see how they treat you, you know. So it was from that moment on. I said, okay, next gig I get, I will not be doing that. So,
right, I could dig that, man.
Lesson learned.
Hey, so let's speaking of it, be your own people. Let's talk about these Buckeyes, man. How you feeling about the current state of the Buckeyes right now? How you feeling?
I like where we going. The defensive, definitely the defensive side of it, because they look a little different than they did last year. I'm still on the fence, though. I'm still on the fence because I remember you had said in a previous post or argument or something that you recognize right away the Buckeye linebackers. You know who these guys are, you know, from Tressel's boys, you know, Marcus Freeman, Laurinaitis, Carpenter, Schlegel, Hawk. You realize, you knew right away where the Buckeye linebackers are, who they are, and what they do and what they bring to the table. Last year, I had problems with that. Outside of, what's my man's name? Eichenberg.
Yeah.
Outside of him, and then, you know, in a good way, I mean, it wasn't a good way I noticed him. It was, you know, out of place. You know, like, why is he there? Why is he over here? You know, you and Mike, you in middle. Like, what are you doing over there? You know, and, you know, that Utah game kind of, you know, even though we had already known that it was already confirmed that the defense linebackers wasn't really that great, I think the way that style of offense that Utah plays just really exposed them. Top that, you know, the boys on the edge couldn't really get a decent rush. So that just exposed everybody. Then exposing your corners and Utah hanging points. You know, it's a ball game. But this year, I definitely seen a lot more discipline. I like what Jim Knowles is doing to the defense, the way they swarming around. It give me reminiscent of the silver bullets, but I still need to see more. I still need to see, like you said, I'm glad we're starting this Big 10 schedule because you can really see now, especially with Wisconsin, because you already know Wisconsin, the boys play us tough. It don't matter the rank or whatever. Like, you can look at Wisconsin losing that game early if you want to and think, oh, well, we should blow them out, you know, and the non-educated Buckeye fans going to tell you, oh, we're going to beat them. You know, they're going to look at the Vegas line just like they did for the Notre Dame game and say, oh, Vegas says 70,000 points. Yeah, okay, keep thinking that. Wisconsin is going to play Wisconsin football with Ohio State. And, you know, it's still a Big 10 rivalry matchup, whatever you want to call it. The last 3 meetings, we kind of barely got by with the exception of that 2014 year that, you know, we blew their doors off in that Big 10 championship game. It's always been a struggle. It's always been, you know, getting by and kind of blowing them open at the end, you know, but it's been a tight ball game all the way up until the end when Ohio State kind of, okay, we got athletes. Let's go ahead and get them out of here. You know, other than that, it's always been close. So I'm expecting the same thing. I'm expecting a 34-21, 30-17 type of win. It's going to be early on. It's going to be a little closer. And I think probably maybe the fourth quarter we're going to kind of pull away a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna get to your predictions. I feel I'm with you on the team now. The offense I have no issues with. Offense, right. I'm confident in. You got I think your boy CJ Stroud. Now he's like number 2 in the country in passing efficiency. 72% completion rate, 941 yards through 3 games, 11 touchdowns, still hasn't thrown an interception. But he wasn't an All-American this year. That really bothered me when they didn't even elect him as an All-American. And I thought he was going to have a year where he wanted to prove himself, and he's doing that. Running backs, I mean, shit, we got 3 running backs that's both averaging at least 6 yards a carry. That freshman, Hayden, he showed out last week. I know it was Toledo, but still 121 yards as a freshman on any level is impressive. Travion is Travion, Mayan is Mayan. They both about 29, 30 carries. They both averaging 6.5 yards a carry. 4 touchdowns between them two. Our wide receivers, I mean, Brian Hartline got them boys just a pipeline of wide receivers. Ooh. Harrison, Egbuka, we ain't even got Jackson's JSN hasn't even got down yet this year because he got hurt at Notre Dame game. Yeah. But between Harrison and Egbuka, they both averaging Egbuka is averaging 16 yards a catch. Marvin Harrison, 19 yards a catch. Man, that's pretty impressive. So the offense, wide receiver was crazy. The defense, I see the improvement because I see we're more aggressive. I'm not impressed with the defense. Not yet. And I know he's still installing some things. I know he wants to get that jack position, you know, flying off the edge. But like you said, we used to have linebackers, and Eichenberg is good, but he's not an AJ Hawk. He's not you know, he's not a Katzenmoyer. You know, he's not one of those dogs. I mean, he's having a good year. He has 2 sacks already. And then on the defensive line, Mike Hall is. I think he got hurt. I don't think he played last week.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he banged up, but I don't know if he's going to be in this year. I'm gonna definitely have to look that up. I'm sure. We're
gonna need him this week. That's for sure. Now him on that defensive line, I expected a lot more out of JT. And Jack Sawyer, but there's still time for that, and that's what these games are for. So the defense, I see improvements, not impressed. Offense, no questions. So what do you think our keys to winning this game is this week?
Score. You got Wisconsin, you got to set the tone early. I need to see that offense. You know, I need to see CJ Stroud, like you said, it was big. That's a very good thing that, you know, he's got those yards and no interceptions this early in the year. But we need to jump on them early. We need to have a very similar performance to, like I said, that team in 2014 that kind of just got started early right away and did not let up until it was okay to let up. You know, like, you know, late fourth quarter, they was still, you know, Zeke was still running across the field. But
he sure was.
We need that kind of game. We need that kind of tone to blow their socks off. You know, we got to start early. Like, I need to see by the end of maybe halftime, maybe like a 21-7 or something like that going into halftime, or 20-7. You know, granted, you might probably kick a couple of field goals in there, but we got to get started a little early, because if you sit and try to go blow for blow with Wisconsin, they're gonna stick right around and have a chance to pull that thing out. So that running back they got to slow him. Number 8, that dude look like a grown man, the way
he averaging 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, you know, that's Wisconsin's MO. That's what they do. You know, they produce
Ron Dane, man.
Yeah, since them days. You know, Ron Dane, hold him down. I think we got a good shot because they're going to get pressure. They're going to get some pressure the way that Jim knows is, blitzing those linebackers. And I think they're going to get pressure.
Well, that was another one of my concerns with this Jim Knowles defense. We only got one interception through 3 games, through 3 cupcakes, 2.5 cupcakes. We only got 1 interception. I need more interceptions on Saturday, especially with this quarterback. He's already thrown 2 interceptions this year. We have to turn this ball over. The more we can get CJ Stroud and them boys on the field, take some possessions away. Hell, I'm even if the defense can score themselves. That'll be a good step. And we only got 8 sacks so far this year. I mean, that's not impressive to me. Not yet.
Yeah, the 8 sacks through 3 games is it's right on that line. It's right on that line of okay, all right. Anytime now you're gonna get started, get this thing rolling. It's right. Maybe I'm a little more optimistic than you are with that, but because I'm more. Then of course, we looking at the other 2 guys. We looking at Georgia and Alabama. You looking at how them boys just ain't really kind of missed the beat. And it's like wow, especially Georgia. Georgia just looks so elite, like grown man at every position. Man, I look how they just dogged Oregon like that.
Georgia looked better this year than they did last year.
Exactly. I said they're on a different level.
Yeah. I want to check their eligibility. They got some
right. Exactly. I'm like, man, you sure they ain't got some drones, suiting up, man, guys. I don't know, but just the way they just look, just like a well-oiled machine. They look like, a better version of Alabama. Just like, wow.
I saw the drop-off with Alabama about 2 years ago when they was giving up all them points. I was like, that's not a Nick Saban defense.
Right.
Nick Saban usually has their defense dialed in. And it may look on paper like, oh, they only gave up so many points. Nah, they getting yards though. People was putting out yards on them. Like that's not that's not Nick Saban football. Georgia don't let nobody breathe, man.
Right, Kirby Smart, boy.
They don't. So when you look at those 2 teams and then you try and compare our team that we putting on the field with them, our offense I think will be fine. Against Georgia, I don't know. But what I'm most impressed with our offense, and which is going to be another major key to this game, is our offensive line. Our offensive line has been physical. We used to play that finesse under Urban Meyer, that quick get the ball out, bubble screen, and it was like a finesse offense, and we did a lot of zone reads. This offense that we have now, this offensive line is mowing people down. Like they are aggressive. I mean, I'm seeing drives where they're putting people on their back. And that is the biggest positive that I see on the offense. I mean, CJ and the skill positions, I mean, they are what they are. But the biggest improvement I saw was the offensive line. And we're gonna need it because Wisconsin has the defense.
Yeah.
You know who their defensive coordinator is, Jim Leonard.
Yeah, he used to play safety for them. I remember that. He played with the Ravens a little bit briefly.
Played with the Browns for a year.
Yeah. I remember that.
He got that 3-4 defense singing. They are, matter of fact, I mean, look at my notes, man. They've been in the top 10 for the last 3 years in defense. They're first in total defense in the last 3 years. They're only giving up 284 yards a game, first in opponents' passing efficiency, and first in third down defense. You better be ready to play against that 3-4.
What that guy for HC job yet? Nowhere. Ain't nobody. It's Wisconsin. I respect them to wholeheartedly. Just especially with that what you just said about the defense. That's a new one. I didn't like. Whoa, wait a minute. Now we got something else to worry about. And they could probably, I think, could frustrate us early until they figure, until they kind of figure something out. I see that game going very Notre Dame-esque. As far as early. I see that. That's where I see that game going. I see it. We kind of struggling with them. It's a chess match early on, and I think probably mid to late fourth quarter we kind of blow it open a little bit, kind of maybe get a 2-score lead, something comfortable.
My players to watch is on defense is going to be Mike Hall. I need pressure from him, and I think that's going to lead to the turnovers. If he can get in that backfield and get that quarterback uncomfortable, he's going to have to take chances because we're going to have a lead. And I think we get 2 interceptions this week.
Be nice to get. We need, let's go Zach Harrison. We go lead Sawyer. We gonna need JT coming up. I need to see something especially those rush ins. I need to see something from those guys, man. Big time, 4 or 5 star guys. You should have been showing your ass earlier. We should have. We see glimpses last year, but now it's time. You're going into your sophomore year. I need to see something. I need to see something. So hopefully the boys can get it clicking, and we'll see, man. It's always, we'll see. I'm optimistic about it, so I'm hoping they come in and everything starts clicking. It's good that it's conference play to get that better. Like you said, got all the cupcakes out of the way, and see what we really got.
My prediction is 45-24, Ohio State. 45-24.
Okay, 45. I think Wisconsin's going to give us a go to about the fourth quarter. So I'm going to go 30. I'm going to say 31. I'd say maybe 31-17. I say
31-17.
I'm going to say 2 scores. And that's only that offense. I'll say we beat them by 2 scores.
All right. Yeah, I got the same. I got about the same. I just got to score in a couple more. 45-24. You got 31-17. I'll take either one of them.
Yeah. Anytime we got the bigger number, because I was looking at some stats also, looked at it last night, and I see that the Big 10 championship in 2019 or was it 2018? 34-21. And then the last time we played them was 27-21 in 2017. So Wisconsin ain't no punk, man. Them boys, they come play. And
we got our predictions. All right, now let's get to the fun part. All right. Top 5. Hazzeus' top 5. All right. So this is
easy money, baby. Easy money. That's Ohio bread, right? Like authentic Ohio boys. They ain't from no Cali. They ain't from no Texas. None of that stuff.
Straight Ohio boys. Who's your top 5?
My top 5, I got to go with my guy, the guy who got me psyched about Ohio State football, the guy that got me. I was giddy as a schoolgirl. I got to get his autograph and touch his helmet at the spring game back in the late 80s. Carlos Snow, man. Carlos Snow is the guy that he started it for me. Like, I remember watching him run, and I remember him, just a little short guy, a little short, thick guy that could move a little bit. Carlos Snow, definitely. Number 4 is I got to go Troy Smith. When he bought, that even though they, he kind of let me down in that championship game against Florida a little bit. I don't think he was. I think he was reading his press clippings, feeling himself a little bit. I didn't really see, I got number 3, I'm about to go Mike Doss. Mike Doss. Well, that whole year that we were the Cardiac Kids, man, that whole year, eking by games. It was always something he was doing right up until that Miami game when he had that interception first half. And, I watched him point to the Miami sideline and then, had his chance to point up like, you in the ball game. To Teddy Ginn Jr., man. Ted Ginn. I remember watching him, like if he was receiving a punt or a kick, you knew you better stay. It was like watching the Tyson fight. You better don't leave, don't go warm nothing up in the microwave. It's over with.
Yeah.
You had to stop and look and see what he was going to do. When you see him reverse field, at first he used to scare the heck out of me, like, what are you doing? But then when he reverse field and peel it all the way back and ain't nobody there and he just kind of walking in, I said, this dude is special. He's something, man. So Ted, my number 1 guy, man, like, because I love the defensive side of the ball. Big Cat. Big Katzenmoyer, man. The way he played the position, big guy, physical. He could hit that A gap. He could kind of move in space a little bit. He'd hit you. He'd get you out of space and tackle you. And I really wish we could have seen what he could have done in the pros, with the Patriots. I mean, he got drafted with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I really could have seen what he was able to do with a but honorable mention, man, Maurice Clarett. Honorable mention for the simple fact, just his IQ, his football IQ, to have the state of mind to when that was going on, that turnover when Sean Taylor intercepted it. It was taking it back the other way. The state of mind where I was looking at, the film or looking at, the game a few times, and I see that I think was it Maurice Hall was also in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And here come Clarett come down and strip the ball out of Sean Taylor. I said, that dude's IQ is crazy. Like, because, like I said, I see Maurice Hall quit on the play. If it was up to him, Sean Taylor got it to wherever he got it to past Maurice Hall. But Clarett comes from, at that angle, you kind of get somebody in the right angle. You can catch anybody if you get him at the right angle. You kind of meet him at the point of, And
Man, that's a hell of a 5. That's a hell of a 5. It make me look at my list a little bit different. Like, damn, I can't believe I forgot some of them. So I'm gonna go with my number 5 from the north side of Columbus. Even though he went to a rival high school, my number 5 was Terry Glenn.
Okay, yeah, TG
went to Brookhaven. The impact of just him being around my age, from the north side, from the city, from Columbus Public Schools, right there. Terry Glenn was one of my favorites, man. Number 4, Chris Carter. That was like my very first introduction to that. Like when he first played, I was like 84. I was like, what, 9 years old. That's when I really started watching football, and it was Chris Carter, man. He was my favorite one when I first started watching Buckeye football. So number 3, Beanie Wells.
Yeah, forgot about Chris, man. Yeah, dog.
Chris Beanie Wells, man. The way he used to just destroy Michigan. I couldn't help it, man. Beanie Wells was one of my favorites, man. He was one of my big cats straight from Westerville, you know.
Yes, sir.
Man, the way he played the game, that aggressive nature, that just him getting off the bus was just intimidating. Mm-hmm. You know, that was Ohio State linebacker youth football, man. He embodied everything about that linebacker position at Ohio State.
He was either in the pound or around the pound where the ball was. That's what I noticed about Big Cat. And that was one of the things that this dude is either making a tackle or he's somewhere around the pound, you know.
For me, it was Big Andy Katzenmoor. Number 1, of course, I had to go with what you said, Troy Smith, man.
Yeah.
Troy Smith, man. His leading that team and the Heisman, and I was disappointed. I think he was on the trophy rounds and caught a bit and didn't finish it off with the champion. If we could have played the championship game right after the Michigan game, we would have been all right. But you know,
he admitted that. He said that. You know,
yeah.
He said it. He said, you know, I was, you know, I probably put on a little weight because I was doing my rounds with the Heisman and all the, all the ass kissing and stuff I was getting. I got lazy. I got, complacent. I got, we gonna beat these guys. He said that. I was like, okay, it's acknowledge that, but if you knew that was coming down the turnpike, come on, bro.
He was undefeated against Michigan, blew their doors off. Number 1, led us to an undefeated season. Heisman Trophy. I mean, at that point, it's like, all right, I'm going to the NFL. All right, the championship game is just all right. I mean, I'll play it, but I don't know. He already, got what
checked out.
He reached the pinnacle already. So another top 5 of Buckeye running backs, and that's
gonna be it. That's gonna be a good one.
That's what's up. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you for coming on. Make sure if you're watching this video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video, share it in all the Buckeye groups. Let's talk and tell us y'all's top 5. Leave your top 5 in the comments below, man. Let's have this debate, man. All right. So hey, on the way out, we're gonna go OH.
Ayo.
All right, go Bucks.